Biden was dealt with last year.
Right.
James Wood is currently playing Biden. This is why Biden. That's why he's not allowed in the Pentagon and the White House, because he's an actor. He's not not the president. And this is what people fail to realize, that the military have been in control of America since November the 3rd.
Right.
Just one interesting point of fact: the head of the military, General Charles Flynn, recognized Donald Trump as the commander-in-chief on the 11th of March.
Yeah, and I hear his brother and a lot of other people lately talking about the president, meaning the real president, not the
exactly.
You know,
it's a fascinating movie or pantomime to watch, because people actually, they believe that Biden, and the thing is, the editing that's done to his anything he says. If you get the original copies like Ben Shapiro has done, that's taken them apart and just gone, have you actually seen what he really said? And the editing departments must be flat out trying to make him look normal.
Also, he was very far away from the reporters at the press conference. So again, why? Because of COVID? No, that's not why. They're so close to Jen Psaki. Why are they, 16 feet away? They're really using the COVID just to the edge. The other thing I'm seeing is, as we discussed, Russia, China, India, even Bolsonaro and some other leaders around the world are really getting to the edge. I feel like I've always thought that it was going to be somebody foreign that was going to call the election cheating. They all know of North Korea. They all know what's going on. They know that he's not the legitimate president. They're treating him like he's not the legitimate president. But I have seen how this group, first of all, these are all Obama people. And he brought in some of the worst of the worst. That's Blinken, but also Cass Sunstein, Samantha Power, some of these real, Susan Rice, some of the worst anti-American people we've ever had in office are in there again. They're weakening our military, making our military diversity training and 60 days to hunt down extremists, which to them are white nationals, white men who love America in the military. And meanwhile, they're trying to start wars all over the world. I just think the rest of the world isn't as stupid as these arrogant Obama people think they are. And,
this is all optics. This is all optics to wake people up, because this isn't really happening. This is actually optics to try and wake people up and go, hang on a sec, you can't do that. But people aren't. The Biden supporters are going, yeah, he's a good man. He's doing a good job. And you're just like, really?
It's unbelievable.
Really?
No, but it's what you said before. It's the lack of understanding of history. And we've had 20 years of dumbing down of our education. First, our universities, and what they're doing right now, these are color revolutions. They know how to do them. They've done them all over the world. The CIA with Soros and the Clintons and the Mossad and all these people, they've done it all over the world, and they just tried to pull it here. But again, as we discussed last week, there's plenty of evidence that there was interference all over the world, let alone people testified to it already in Italy. So, we're just waiting the clock out. As for Trump, go ahead.
The court ordered, in the World Court in Hague, ordered the start of this on or before the 1st of April. So Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, today, tomorrow, the next day, it will start.
Right.
That's by a court order in the World Court.
Right.
So it's been ratified there. So at some stage of the first part of this week, things will start to happen. And then we'll start to see how it rolls out, because we all know the end game, but we just don't know how we're going to get there. So we're very, very close.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I can feel it in the energy, though. Everything around us, the energy, the in general attitude. People have had it at this point. The ones that are still cheering on Biden and them, so be it. We always knew that not everyone would get it until they had to. The biggest red pill is for me, the reignition of the child trafficking rings and the cartel and everyone. And we got to remember that there are a lot of cartel members that are in prison, including El Chapo and his wife. So, that ties all of them to the child trafficking ring, especially El Chapo's pals, Beto O'Rourke and Nancy Pelosi, whom I have a picture of with El Chapo breaking bread, so that's that. I just hope that people are that the FEMA is down at the border saving kids. That's my prayer, because it's just hellish. After seeing Sound of Freedom, you can't possibly see this happening and not have your heart break for these children that are being used as pawns. And but again, we have somebody who's highly compromised pretending to be the president. And like I said, there's no way to see Hunter Biden's laptop and not think that guy's in jail. And so they're all just playing their part at this point, in my opinion.
So Hunter Biden isn't head of the DEA then, no?
Well, he's the head of it in jail, probably. He's the head of it at Gitmo, God willing. No, I mean, there's no way. No way.
This is how stupid, the White Hats have been naughty. They've been naughty. They've been doing these sort of things. And people go, yeah, that makes sense because he knows all about drugs. Really? Really? I mean, this is how stupid it's getting.
Yeah, then we find out that he had an illegal gun thrown in a dumpster. Things just unravel. Yeah, the worst.
He's a part owner of Pornhub as well, which is the largest porn site in the world.
Yeah, but there's other people that were partners in that. I believe the holding company Pelosi had stock in. Yeah. So let's not forget that. Also, this whole new trend of everything's a hate crime is really backfiring. Asian people are like, this isn't true. This isn't true. Yeah. This isn't gonna fly. This one. And then of course, this week we have the George Floyd case, and his very nefarious lawyer for the family, Crump, who cheated and lied during the Trayvon case, is out there demanding a conviction with Al Sharpton and his family, who made, I believe, $50 million since George Floyd died. Last night out there saying that there better be a conviction. The guy didn't kill him. He didn't kill him. It's unfortunate what happened, but he took down all the fentanyl before because he didn't want to get arrested for it. And it's going to come out. He died of fentanyl and a meth overdose, and he had an enlarged heart, and he had a heart attack. I saw the autopsy, the coroner's report. There's no scarring on his neck that would lead you to believe that he was strangled. So again, either this is going to be a sham prosecution, but the truth is, if you go by the facts, and it's this Keith Ellison, who's a total Antifa backer, it's also in Ilhan Omar's district, it's bad news all the way around. But the big thing is the guy didn't kill him. And they're going to try to set off race riots all over the world. This is worldwide for a guy that was in and out of prison for 8 years and is a notorious drug addict. And all of this stuff about him, they've turned him into some kind of martyr. And look, they're just setting it up for there to be another round of riots. But I think that the White Hats are ready for it. They know what happened here. This color revolution thing, it's popping up everywhere. So they tried it one time in Myanmar, Belarus, Somalia. I think they killed that guy from Zimbabwe who wouldn't play along. Remember that? Right. Yeah. The guy from Zimbabwe, he's the first one who came out and said that the World Economic Forum and IMF were trying to bribe him to shut down his country.
That was Tanzania, wasn't it?
Oh, Tanzania, right. Zimbabwe, right.
That's right.
Tanzania.
Yeah, Tanzania, yeah.
So he's the first one that came out and said that they were trying to pay him off to close down the country. Sure. Then he's the one who tested the pow pow and the goat.
That's right. And the goat, that's right.
And now he's dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoops. And also the guy from Belarus also said they tried to pay him off. So this leads me to believe they tried to pay everyone off. They
didn't try. They did pay everybody off.
Right.
That's why they all went along with it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And when you print money, you can pay anybody off.
Right. And now we have, Tanzania, that guy. I feel bad because that's like the guy in Haiti that was going to testify against the Clintons, ended up dying before he testified. And they just tried another coup in Haiti. It's just, I don't know. I mean, it's my understanding that Soros has already been captured and taken care of.
He has.
But all of his NGOs, they got to go. These NGOs, non-government organizations, these think tanks, the Democrats have so many of them, and they're all to undermine our democracy, where it's a constitutional republic. I have to remind people often. but they all are anti-American, and I think that that's when Trump gets back in. You know, one big thing he has to do is take care of these, is change the laws for these NGOs and think tanks. And because none of this would have happened if it wasn't for the Transition Integrity Project and people like Mark Elias and Norm Eisen, these people that think that they can go around with impunity and decide what we the people want. I mean, we the people voted for Donald Trump. Everyone knows it. And at this point, you know, the whole world's watching what's going on here, and they know that it's happened over there. They want it to end. They want it to stop. And I just hope that there's more of a resolution before these guys go too far, because it's really, I don't know, the mental aspect, the what it's doing to people's heads is a little disturbing. Like, I'm not sure why the UK is still locked down to the extent it is. It is completely insane.
Well, it's one of the three hubs, isn't it? You've got the City of London.
Right.
You've got Vatican City, and you've got District of Columbia in Washington, D.C. So they're the three hubs that are the three main pillars, if you like. So that's what you don't need to worry about the law, though, because of the fact that it's the law of the seas, which is coming to an end.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you go back to constitutional law, then you'll be, you know, writing the laws in the correct format.
Right.
At the moment, everything that's written at the moment in the law will be dissolved. It will disappear because it's part of maritime or admiralty law, as they call it in America.
Right.
And that'll all disappear. And then once you, in common law in the UK, constitutional law, back to the Magna Carta, back to the Constitution.
Right.
And it changes everything. So all this complete bullshit that's been made up by the corrupt politicians and the extreme left, etc.
Yeah.